Hi there, this is Donna and welcome to the Do Don Done YouTube channel. Watch this video if you want to learn about a way to really reflect upon the year with the 7 dimensions of wellness. As the year is coming to an end, I went to watch the waves to reflect on how my life has been. The waves roll in, rise, and fall. Life is like the ocean. Sometimes it is a calm sea and everything is smooth sailing, and other times you have to swim against the waves. The importance is whether you have taken the time to reflect and understand how the waves go. In that way, you can be more prepared for a smooth sailing. So I want to share with you the 7 dimensions of wellness because I think it is a very comprehensive way to check in on different aspects in life and set goals accordingly. And these 7 dimensions include spiritual, physical, emotional, occupational, intellectual, environmental, and social. Ta-da! What I did here is a radar chart. I basically have a rating between 1 to 5, 5 meaning the highest, and you can see that my spiritual and environmental dimensions have the highest rating, while my emotional and maybe social dimensions have the lowest rating. I rated 4 for my physical dimension, which is a pretty good score. Some of the guiding questions are, do I have adequate exercise, proper nutrition, and enough sleep? Am I able to abstain harmful habits? I think when you think through these guiding questions, you have to be very honest with yourself. And when I really reflect upon my own physical dimension, I would consider myself quite healthy this year. I have adopted a routine to do regular exercise in my daily life, whether it is working out, playing tennis, joining the Google basketball team, or just walking to Harbor City for food in the weekends. And in 2022, I have plans to up my game and really hike and camp more. On the other hand, my emotional dimension is pretty low in 2021. I've given a rating of 2 out of 5. Some of the guiding questions are, do I feel loved or able to express love? Am I able to accept my positive and negative emotions? How is my self-esteem? Do I have an optimistic outlook to life? Don't take me wrong. The reason why I rated emotional dimension slightly low is because my emotional state did fluctuate often this year. My self-esteem is also at a vulnerable place as I tend to be the biggest critic to myself. I have several breakdowns this year because I was really harsh on myself when things don't go according to plan. I learned that my perfectionist personality plays a huge part to it, and I'm still learning to expand my acceptance to embrace failures and disappointments. I'm looking forward to 2022 as I've taken a step this year to seek help and to understand myself more. I've started to journal and even film this YouTube video and this channel as a way for me to be real to my feelings and as an outlet to manage my emotions. One book that helped me a lot this year is The Courage to Be Disliked. If you haven't read it yet, I would highly suggest you to read it. So for intellectual dimension, I rated myself pretty high. I got a 4 out of 5 rating. So the guiding questions are, do I have an active mind and want to continue to learn? Do I feel inspired and have the creative juice flowing? And the answer is an astounding yes. I love to learn, and I'm actually quite proud of myself with the determination to study, especially on topics that is beyond my understanding. So I have finished that Python course and able to use codes to load, inspect, and query real-world data with different libraries, including pandas and NumPy. I really wanted to study computer science, but I did face setbacks with my applications this year. I was disappointed, but I'm also realistic that I need to really brush up on my mathematical foundation. So for these past few months, I've been taking discrete math and probability university courses to build my foundation so that I can better prepare myself to apply again next year. So one goal I have for next year is to achieve 2 things in learning. The first one is to learn how to drive. I know I've talked about it for many times, but in 2022, it is the time for me to do that. And the second thing would be to surround myself with engineers, computer science people, so that I can be part of this community and learn about the thought process and passion of these professionals. Social dimension, I rated 3 out of 5. And the guiding questions are, am I able to cultivate a network of supportive friends and family? Do I feel a sense of belonging? So my social dimension was at a lowest point in 2018, and I wrote about it. As I was struggling to build genuine relationships while I was building my tech startup. I went to many networking events, gained a lot of WeChat and LinkedIn friends, but I felt that many people around me did not have the best interest. Instead, they wanted something out of this relationship. This realization built my guard up, and it was really hard for me to open up to people. So fast forward to 2 years, 3 years later, I have to admit that working from home alongside my cat during COVID was very enjoyable. I had the time to heal and gradually open up myself to my mom, my boyfriend, and my close friends. They showed relentless support for me as a person, and I started to learn how to set boundaries with different people in life. In 2022, I want to practice how to set boundaries and to show appreciation often to my family and friends who I treasure closely, dearly to my heart. For the spiritual dimensions, I rated it 5 out of 5, which is a very high rating. So for the guiding questions, they are, do I have a strong faith, values, and principles that provide a sense of purpose to my life? I honored my commitment to join church service on Sunday with my mom and even sign up for Alpha, which is a 10 weeks course on the introduction of faith at Island ECC. This wouldn't be possible if it's not because of all the angels around me, including my cousin Candy, all my aunties, my mom, and Brian. I know that God is working in me. For the environmental dimension, I have also scored really highly, which is a 5 out of 5 rating. The guiding questions are, what is the impact of my daily habits on the surroundings and the environment? Am I able to live in harmony with the environment? I would say that I've made a positive impact to the environment this year. I started the year by joining the Adventure Cleanup Challenge, which I led a group of friends to do a beach cleanup at Padlock 1. I will probably want to do more voluntary work and just gather a group of friends to kayak, hike, and just clean up ourselves. I've also become a plant mom this year. So I got this little monster here, which is a monstera. Also, I got a gift to plant a seed in Peru somewhere, which is also really cool. So I'm very passionate about the environmental topics, and in 2022 I want to invest in more in this area by researching especially on the idea of circular economy. So lastly, for occupational dimension, I rated myself 3 out of 5. So the guiding questions are, am I learning? Am I able to make use of my strength and skills to bring value to the work? For my career, I've also taken the leap of faith to take on a rotation as a product specialist. This current role inspires me a lot. Because of that, I'm reaching out to different people to get their advice. And also, at this time, I also started to experiment more with writing, filming, and also considering different startup ideas. And I hope that in 2022, I can continue to have this courageous mindset and to continue to have big leap of faith for myself. You must be crazy. You watched the video till here? What I just did was went through the 7 dimensions of wellness and reflect upon my year in 2021. Thank you so much for the support. Remember to subscribe and like this video. Happy New Year and happy 2022.